Hey everyone, if this is your first time here, my name is Tawny Platis, and today I want to come clean about something. I lied. In the last video I made that was about the concept of media literacy, I used this really provocative thumbnail to get people's attention so I could talk about an issue that I thought was really important and express some of my thoughts on the subject. And surprisingly, it worked, and some people got a little upset, but a lot more people really seemed to enjoy hearing some of what I had to say. In fact, it worked so well that I've decided to do the exact same thing again, because there is an apocalyptic threat on the horizon that could absolutely spell disaster for the entertainment industry and permanently affect the way audiences connect with creators and artists in every medium. From blockbuster Hollywood franchises with bloated budgets all the way down to the smallest creators with 2,000 channel views who do TV dinner reviews and Super Mario speedruns. And I know what you think I'm going to say, and you're absolutely right, it's artificial intelligence. I'm sure you've seen a lot of news outlets, billionaires, and politicians talking about AI, and almost every time they seem frustratingly uninformed, or they're skirting around all the things they don't want you to think about. Most of what you'll find in the news is fear-mongering about the future economic impact of this largely unregulated technology, and if you listen to the people who actually own these AI companies talk about it, they're gonna try and sell it to you like it's the solution to all your problems, promising that it's gonna be able to do things like cure cancer and outthink any human on the planet when it comes to problem solving. And politicians most of the time just seem super confused about what even AI is, which in some cases is probably true, but in a lot of cases it's probably them holding off on voicing their opinion on the subject until they know which company is willing to lobby the hardest for their support. This type of narrative modeling is called spin, and it's what people do when they want you to like or dislike something because they have a vested financial interest in changing or affirming your opinion on a subject. It is incredibly hard to have a sincere conversation about something topical or polarizing, especially when there's money involved. Unbiased information is more valuable than gold in a setting where everyone has a stake in what information is readily available to you. So, is AI going to destroy the economy and eventually humanity as a whole before enslaving us to work in some factories where we perform the same kind of menial tasks that we once asked it to do? Or is it going to save us from all our biggest problems here on Earth and let us finally get on spaceships and explore the galaxy so we can impose our bizarre understanding of morality on undeveloped civilizations or fight giant sandworms while huffing space drugs? Probably not, at least not anytime soon. But one thing it's already having a massive effect on is the entertainment industry and creative arts. AI language models are currently capable of a lot of things we originally thought only humans were capable of. Creating original dialogue, understanding subtext, making stunning and unique art using only simple language prompts, and advanced pattern recognition. Part of the reason people are able to solve problems and create art is because our brains have this hyper-advanced pattern recognition and socialization. Humans have the ability to identify and complete an almost infinite series of steps to solving a goal or a problem. Most brains in the animal kingdom just don't work like that. For example, if you throw a ball over your neighbor's fence and you want it back, you unlock your gate, you walk around the next street over, you knock on your neighbor's door, you communicate the problem with them, and they might retrieve it for you. If you throw a ball over your fence and your dog wants it back, it's either going to dig at the fence trying to get it back, jump over the fence entirely, or just look at you to solve the problem. This type of pattern recognition and interconnectivity is what makes humanity so advanced and what AI is trying to recreate. But there are still subtle social nuances that it's sort of incapable of understanding or recreating. It has a hard time writing or understanding comedy, for instance, because most of what comedy entails is reacting to expected situations in unexpected ways. Cleverly subverting the expectations of a moment is something that requires a lot of work that a computer might not see as entirely necessary. It's a machine that's designed to solve problems, and it's in its nature to take the path of least resistance. It can absolutely tell you a joke, but unless you prompt it with dozens and dozens of modifiers or constraints that put obstacles in its path, it rarely comes up with anything that is insightful, funny, or original. And at that point, it becomes more of a labor-intensive process than simply writing your own jokes. But language and social nuance is probably one of the most complex aspects of humanity. What happens when you provide it with more relatively simple or static information like faces and scenery? This is where we start running into things that it already is capable of, because in the same way it might process 17 different human-written articles from its stored memory in order to answer a question you might have, it will absolutely cobble together 15 different real people's faces from its stored memory and use imaging software to edit and show you a picture of someone who looks suspiciously like an existing celebrity. Points if you can guess who this is in the comments. Visual information is largely static, at least when compared to our understanding of the world. Red, yellow, and blue are always red, yellow, and blue. Trees grow out of the ground, and Paul Rudd has looked the same since the 90s. With all those constants in mind, it's not hard to see why AI is already beginning to affect what we see on our screens. You've probably seen a lot of things that you could tell were AI generated, but you've also probably seen at least a few things and been entirely unaware that what you were seeing was created by a computer. computer. There's a clear lack of regulation in the area of what information artificial intelligence is actually allowed to use to create original concepts. For instance, ChatGPT's training data includes over 6.5 million pages of plain text taken from the internet, and whenever you interact with it, it draws on that data as a resource to generate responses, which often results in direct plagiarism or something only minorly different enough to legally distinct itself from existing intellectual property. That makes this kind of technology a big risk to invest in or create with, as there's no current enforceable legal precedent for what it does, and that is definitely going to change at some point in the next several years. So is AI good or bad? Well, it really depends on who's using it. It's a tool, a language model that functions like the world's most advanced calculator. Every prompt you give it is another potential puzzle to solve using mathematics, art, and language, and how it's used is entirely a reflection of human nature. People are already using it to overcome personal challenges, answer questions, and give them ideas. And companies are already using it to try and improve their bottom line by replacing their workers with it. The Writers Guild of America and SAG-AFTRA both had artificial intelligence clauses in their negotiations last year for fear of how this might affect the entertainment industry. And I can't help but think about Pandora's box. When most people think of the Greek myth of Pandora's box, they think of it as being a metaphor for something bad happening that can't be undone. But that's not the whole story. Yes, Pandora's box did contain all the evils of the world, but it also contained hope. Pandora's box is a metaphor for agency and choice, a decision that someone makes that will have endless rippling consequences that affect humanity for the rest of time. And in my opinion, there's no better metaphor for this new, incredibly powerful technology. If you'd like to see more videos like this, please like, subscribe, drop a comment if you haven't already, tap that notification bell, and I'll see you next time. Hey, you're still here! I'm so glad you hung around because I actually really wanted to share my new studio with you. I mentioned in my last video that I was redoing my recording space and it's just about done, and all I'm waiting for is this neoprene mat for my desk right here and this light off of Etsy that may or may not be delivered in this decade. I really don't know at this point. But I'm really happy with how it turned out and I'd love to give you a little tour, so let's go. This is my new studio. And I was in an isolation booth before, so this is a massive upgrade. I'm really happy with it. I didn't design it, but I built all of this myself, not the actual products here, but I put everything up, including the stuff up on the ceiling, which was no easy feat, let me tell you. But I was in this really cramped isolation booth, and honestly, it was miserable. I love my job, and it was making me not love my job. This is the part that I just really love. Right here is this backdrop. Those are actually sound panels, but they were made to double as shelving right here. So I got all my cute little toys and stuff up here. All that stuff I'm a big fan of. Yeah, oh, look at that, a YouTube award. And then this is really cool. My engineer, who I'm actually really close with, he designed all of this and he gave me the blueprints for it. These are specifically acoustic curtains. And yeah, this is what it looks like. This is the recording space now. Much easier because I'm not falling all over the place, cramped. It's really nice. I get to sit right here and edit, open these curtains and let the beautiful light shine in. And this is what we're working with now. It feels good. It feels grown up. I'm really proud of it. And I love just how it's come together. The light's supposed to go over here, that one I mentioned. It's supposed to be over here. Hopefully that shows up. But working on editing this video, by the time you see it, you know, it will be done. Got all my ring lights here. So this is the behind the scenes. And I love this purple. This purple has been so pretty to look at. It's been so nice. So thanks for checking out the studio with me. I hope you liked today's video, and I hope you enjoy the next one we're working on right now. Thanks for letting me show it off, and I will see you soon. See you next time, everybody. Bye.